out at 10 p.m.?
My father would always turn to me and go,
kids.
and see, this is why. Anytime there was anything on the news, and this is why I don't let you do this. This is why I don't let you do that.
And this is why.
Do you have something specific you want to start with?
Well,
I never had words.
live,
My mother would like,
so
what?
We can start with whatever
You just
want to
started?
do. Yeah.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
we're on?
We are live.
Damn it, Rocky.
This is what it is. He
We
starts it off
are
sometimes
He did this last week.
without letting you know.
live.
Guys, it's Tuesday.
Hop right in that motherfucker.
This is Unfiltered Marriage. I have a special guest star, Kay, here with us tonight. Mark could not make it, but of course Nicole's here. Thank the Lord.
Well, no one
Nicole's here.
reminded him it was Tuesday.
No, I told
did
him. I talked to him
remind
like
him.
twice today.
There was things.
Thank God he
there
had a
was
reminder.
some things.
All
okay?
right. But I mean,
and
Jesus, to not know what day it is.
the best guest star, my co-host, Rocky, Mr. Tuesday Night.
Fucking A. Fucking
I love
A.
letting him believe that. It's the cutest thing ever.
Well, I am Mr. Tuesday Night at Mr. Two Shows, the whole fucking show, the Apollo Creed of the brand. I mean,
Okay,
we can
Becky,
keep
two
going.
belts. Get it
we
together.
Can keep going.
Listen,
Yeah.
we're not taking calls tonight only because there's just always creepers and they're annoying. But in case you really do have something to say, right in the room and maybe we will turn them on. We have a very diverse show tonight.
What up, Dave Rose? We do have a very diverse.
A what?
Diverse.
A diverse.
I'm getting my Texas accent ready. You know, so when we go there, I'm just like fit right in.
You
When
can't
are you
talk
guys
like
going?
Hey, y'all.
You can't
Howdy,
talk
y'all.
like that. You cannot talk like that.
How y'all?
Hey,
my
y'all.
God.
No, I'll be like, no, y'all.
Y'all want to go to the Fuddruckers?
What is a Fuddrucker?
You don't know what Fuddruckers is?
No.
Do any of you know what Fuddruckers is? The
I
restaurant?
do. They have
You
them
do,
in
right?
Philly, too.
Okay, yeah. Why,
In
you a
New
Philly
Jersey.
girl?
I went to college right outside of Philly, so
No
I spent some
Party
time.
girl.
Okay. I don't like you already.
No fair.
So I'm
I
from
like
New
her.
Jersey because that's the real
true.
garbage.
Yeah, everyone
state.
knows
Oh,
Jersey.
just
dirty
so we're
Jersey.
Unless you're in my Pod Squad group and you're
Yeah,
from
of
Jersey.
course.
Then I love you.
That's
Yeah.
the
Then I love
exception.
you.
Especially Maddie Rock. Maddie Rock's cool.
And my boy EB.
EB, of course. We love EB.
yeah.
We love him.
He's like Tony motherfucking Soprano.
He's like Tony Soprano. Why do you say that?
EB?
EB?
Because he's the man. That's why. And he's from Jersey.
Oh, I don't know if he's like Tony Soprano.
I don't know who
He's
EB
a nice
is.
guy. Tony Soprano was a piece of shit.
Yeah, but he was the man.
Oh, okay. I see the. Oh, so now you're just going with by the man, but he was just a piece of shit. of a
He
guy.
was a piece of shit, but he ran shit, you know? So it's a compliment for a guy.
EB. I don't know
No.
how I feel about it.
You
all
see
right?
Tony's infidelities, you know? And yes, while they were horrible, you know, men see the power and the you know, the strength that he wielded.
He definitely had strength. Strength in family. Strength in he could reach out and touch someone.
Strength in numbers.
But as a husband or a man, I don't know if I wouldn't even look at him like that.
Oh, no, Dave. I still like pussy. I would never wear a cowboy hat.
Oh my God. First of all, if you say y'all, you're wearing a cowboy hat.
I'm never going to wear a cowboy
And
hat.
the
Then you're
boots
not saying
Or
y'all.
and the
boots.
spurs.
Oh my
Don't
God.
forget, if you're gonna go all in, you have to
Like
go
her in her
all
straw hat, you know, and the cutoffs and the little cowboy boots.
Oh,
Sexy
you're gonna
as
go
shit.
the Daisy Duke
Oh,
route.
of course I am.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Awesome. Can't
Yes.
wait.
When's the trip?
Oh, July. Real beginning of July. July. Yeah.
July.
And I'm excited, a little nervous, but I'm excited. You know, we'll just do the precautions, wear the mask. But it's Valentina's first plane ride, and now it's going to be extra. Like, put the mask on. Don't do.
Well,
the,
no, she's got a little bandit bandana, and I've been
did.
playing it up to her. I was like, we're gonna be like little bank robbers going on the plane.
Oh my
God, that's
blue
awesome.
camouflage bandana for her to wear. I'm like,
So cute.
I'm trying to
is
make her
cute.
excited for
Just
it.
make sure you bring
instead
her a
of-
lot of bubble gum for the
yeah,
airplane.
gum. I'm gonna bring her little earmuffs and her headphones and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I'm more or less like she's a sound chick. She don't like even with our movies. We gotta keep and we want it loud. But she's like my ears. We're like, oh, okay.
She's sensitive too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am too. I
Yeah,
have
so
very
is her
sensitive
mother.
ears. Yeah. Whoa.
You are.
Was that a dig? So was a mother.
No, but you have very sensitive
Yeah,
ears.
all right.
I just want to shout out to our group real fast
Oh, you were
too.
beaten tonight.
597 members. We're right there
Ow.
at 600.
We're
Woo.
almost 600. That's awesome.
We got.
What's up, Phil?
We got more members in our group than I don't want to say, but you know. Just
And
saying.
what? Then what?
Than the brand group.
Well, you know what? I think that, we're a little more diverse and our shows are not.
And not to put. I love the brand.
No,
group
of
and all
course, we
guys
love
over
the brand,
there.
but they are a lot of their shows are like the same stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a lot of wrestling.
yeah. So it's
a
you
lot
have
of
to have
wrestling.
they have like a certain type of fan base. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and good wrestling podcasts by real wrestlers, not
Oh yeah,
Nobody's.
Yeah. I love those actually because I'm not really into wrestling, but when I listen to
neither.
them, it's very informative. you
Vince
know?
and Disco are a lot of fun. Disco Inferno and Vince.
Who is the one you had on that I thought he was awesome? Is it Ben?
Ben Hameen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ben
He's a
Hameen's
great guy. I
fucking
even
man.
like his personality. Again,
Yeah,
I'm not into
yeah.
wrestling, but sometimes they get
He
you.
does $5 face
He'll
slaps.
get ya.
These
I don't
idiot
know.
marks at wrestling shows. He'll go to wrestling shows and he'll charge people $5 so he can slap them in the face, and people
And
pay
they
it.
want
Shut up!
And
Oh,
people pay
yeah,
it. There's
yeah.
videos of him doing it online.
And he wears genie pants, right?
No, he's like a terrorist.
Yeah.
He wears like the schmog with the thing wrapped around it.
It's his character for
Yeah.
wrestling. He's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Or-
Like kind of like Iron Sheik or something like that. You know, like
Yeah.
So, but he's an awesome guy. We
That's
had him
his
on
shtick.
here.
Yeah.
I met
Yeah,
Mick
yeah.
Foley years ago when I worked at Splish Splash.
Did
Yeah.
you?
That
Yeah.
was amazing. He was there with his daughter, and then I ran into them at the Lowe's movie theater like a year later, and
Yeah.
he was the sweetest man.
Oh, he's the nicest
Ever.
man. Do you know, like, starting now, he probably already has it anyway because now he's not wrestling anymore, but he'll grow his beard out for Christmas, and he goes around as Santa to, like, hospitals and absolutely free. Like, he loves Christmas. He
nice
has a
person.
room in his house that it's always Christmas.
That's
There's-
amazing.
There's a tree.
You
and
need
it's
that.
all
I was
set
just
up.
gonna say I would
And
have a good time
he
there.
loves
Yeah.
the Santa Claus thing, and he loves being Santa Claus. He's
leans
the
into
nicest
it.
guy.
Yeah.
And you watch him in wrestling,
Yeah.
and you get the complete opposite. He's
Yeah.
being thrown off of fucking 30-foot cages.
Yeah.
He's hitting people with barbed wire,
He
lighting
was
people
really
on fire.
intense wrestler.
His-
Like when you see him, it's
he
really
had death
intense.
matches with Terry Funk out in Japan where they would be lit on fire, they would fall on things that would explode, glass, barbed
Yeah.
wire, like anything you could think of. Mick Foley's thumbtacks. His tooth came through his
Oh.
fucking nose.
I mean, he lost part of his ear. You
a
have to
match,
be
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh,
really.
yeah.
But yeah,
He
every-
went into his role.
I've
Oh, yeah.
never heard a single bad word uttered about him, though. Like,
Yeah.
everybody, from fans to the workers, all say Mick Foley is the most sweetest, nicest
I
guy.
feel left out.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who that is.
I have no
I
idea.
went through my wrestling phase many moons ago, so I have a little
Attitude
bit
Era?
of knowledge. No. It was back. Oh my god, I feel terrible saying this. It was over 20 years ago.
So that's
Yeah.
around Attitude Era. Austin, Rock.
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
Yeah.
Our guy, the guy who, is the brand of is Vince Russo.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah, it's
Jess's
my
uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how we got kind of into this whole world.
That's how
of
it all kind of
YouTube and-
started.
Well, they had their own podcast, Rocky
Me and
and his
Richie.
best friend Richie, my daughter's godfather, and it was Super Ugly Show. They did really cool stuff, but they were just on YouTube.
No, we weren't even. Those were just audio.
Oh, that's right.
Vince brought us to
That's
and
right.
said you got to do a video thing,
That's
and that's
right.
when we went to YouTube.
And I started a show
Oh.
back in the day, but it didn't. The person I did it with didn't really work out so well. So then Rocky and I were like, "Fuck this! Like we have great conversation and banter." I'm like, we do a show, and we have such great energy. And then we brought Nicole and Mark into it. And it was like
And it
the
just
four
went
of us just
downhill.
bouncing.
Oh.
Yeah,
Whoa, whoa!
I totally missed that.
He said it went downhill. Let me remind you. I'll rewind.
Really fucked the chemistry up.
Yeah.
Really fucked it
To
up.
change the subject, let's get off wrestling.
Chris from New
Anybody-
Jersey, shout out to him. He's a Pod Squad guy. Sorry, but his first time
You're
here.
gonna get
It's his
it
first
tonight.
time here. I got to shout him out.
Okay, you could have waited till I was done with my
I know,
sentence.
but you, like,
Chris
started
from New
it, and I was
Jersey,
getting
you
it out,
interrupted.
you know.
Could he have though?
Yeah, he could have. He could have.
All right, go ahead. What do you got?
Has
Shoot.
anybody here seen? I'm gonna fucking slap you. Love Is Blind on Netflix.
Yes.
No.
No.
Unfortunately,
Wait.
I
Not Married at
have.
First
No,
Sight.
no, I have not seen
So
Love Is Blind.
Love Is Blind is where they put 10 people, 5 guys, 5 girls in a hotel room. You can't see each other. You're walls to walls, and you can talk like via. It's like talking on the internet, but you're right there.
Oh wait, I'm
Wait,
lying. I did see
Can't
that.
they speak to each other?
They can't. Yeah, they could talk out loud and hear each other.
That's the
Yeah.
one you guys were
Rules.
watching the other day.
Right.
Yeah.
So watching this show, first of all, you would like to think love is blind and you could fall in love with the person. But this show is so harsh on some of the people on it that I went, who is trying this?
Well, and that's where I want to just jump in real fast before we get
No problem.
knee deep into
Jump
this.
right in there.
Sorry,
no,
but
I like that you asked. That's good.
but I look at that show and I go, anyone who signs up for that show is damaged to begin with. That's why they're signing up for a show to find love, because they can't find it elsewhere. And on a show where I don't even know who I'm looking at and I'm still willing to be on
Right.
this show, you are a damaged motherfucker.
Well, this isn't just Love is Blind. They have to ask you to marry them, and you have to say yes.
You don't have to.
Or you don't. No, you
Oh,
say yes or
no.
say
Yeah,
no.
but if you want to continue with the show, you have
Yes.
to.
So, and then after you say yes, then you get to meet them.
So wait, what was that show back in the 70s or 80s when they basically did that minus
The
the
match
marriage?
game.
The match
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Yes.
But
that was just going, now he's just going on a date, though.
Three guys and then
But
the
it's
one
still,
girl.
you
Yeah.
know, like that
Premise.
on steroids.
There was
You're
a
not meeting
killer
them,
on
you're
one of
just
those,
talking.
right? Didn't some guy end
Yes,
up murdering
shut
somebody?
Jerry Springer.
No. That was Jenny Jones. But no, on the dating game.
It
there
turned
was
out he was a murderer.
Yeah, there was a guy, and they'd seen him on TV and were like, that's the fucking guy.
Yep.
And they found him because he was on the fucking dating game.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
You would
the
think
Jenny-
you should keep a low profile if you're
Yeah,
gonna
like
go
I'm
on
not
TV.
going on a dating.
But the Jenny
show.
Jones thing was a gay guy. It was one of those, hey, I got a secret crush on you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember
and the
that.
gay
That
guy
was
told
so
another
sad.
guy, and the guy fucking
was
shot him
he
and
was
killed
so
him.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
He was embarrassed because the guy was gay and he wasn't. He
Yeah.
got so embarrassed it was on TV that he killed him.
Yeah, Jenny Jones got sued. It was a huge thing. I remember that.
That was
I remember
don't know,
that.
maybe
The
like
90s.
16 or 17 at the time.
yeah,
I
it
don't
was the
remember.
mid 90s,
Yeah,
early
it was
90s,
sad.
somewhere around there.
So there is this one couple I want to talk about quick about the show, and I won't mention names. There's this one couple that stood out because this girl initially was going for this one guy, and they were talking. They thought he had a connection, but he had a connection with another girl. So when it came to choose the two, he told this one, like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I want to be with this one. Well, then after she dissed the guy that liked her, she went back to him and was like, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Give me a chance. The guy goes, okay, I know we have the connection. Let's do it.
Idiot.
No, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now the guy that is with this girl is happy. They get married. They're now together still for a year and a half now. They're great. She drags this kid all through the show, even has sex with him, everything, tells everybody I'm in love with him. And the day they're supposed to get married in front of everybody, she's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not getting married to you. How am I going to marry somebody that I'm not in love with? And he was just crying. I was like,
Yeah,
first
she
of
was a
all-
dumb hoe. I
first-
couldn't
yeah,
stand her
first
from
of
day
all,
one.
And she's 38. She's like, I'm 38 years old. He's 24. What makes you think I'd marry him? I'm like,
Oh,
why
that
would
was
you
that
drag
chick,
him
yeah.
along?
Yeah.
It's cruel. And like,
Well, she was a terrible person, and like I said,
definitely
all
was.
the people
Her
on
voice
here
irritated
are
me.
fucked
I've never
up.
watched it.
And
Yeah.
and you look at the women, some of them I go, you lonely bitch, and you're lonely because you're a fucking cunt.
well, you think
and,
like,
and you're just one of these needly fucking. Like I said before, there was one girl still doing this shit. With her fucking arms crossed. And once a girl, I've never seen you stand like that ever.
I don't
And if
stand
I
like
did, I'd walk the fuck out on you. Because every girl.
now you getting extra.
No,
Don't get extra.
no, because every girl that stands there and does this shit is a fucking.
Not everybody stands with their leg on the wall like the
is
cool
a
kids.
cunt
Okay.
though.
I'm gonna adjust my arms.
No, but
now.
you know what I mean. It's like that fucking. There's like a weird condescending thing when they do that, and
They get a little haughty about it
Yeah,
and condescending.
Yeah, listen, I get it, but you
gonna
look
sit
at
here
this
like
and
this
you
and
go,
then-
there has to be some type of responsibility. She met his family, his friends.
Yep.
They were planning a wedding.
No, there's no
She got a wedding
responsibility.
dress.
Yep.
This
and
is
then-
a game show.
Yep, she got her
It's
hair
not a
done,
game
makeup.
show.
It's a game show, Jessica.
I mean, I feel like a
It's a
lot of them
game
just
show.
do it
Love is
for.
Blind?
yes.
No, it's not.
No,
It's a
she
love
just
show.
she did it for the
It's a
fame. That's
form
exactly
of a
what she
game
did it
show.
for.
Well, maybe in the way that they set it up, but it's not. It's really to find love.
No, yeah, it's a really fun.
Just
love.
like The Bachelor, right, guys?
Uh-huh.
No, these shows.
Uh-huh.
Most of the people on there think they're going to become famous. That's the thing.
Maybe. Or maybe they really want to find love. Maybe
like-
they really are
do you
have
remember-
tried all the angles and they thought professionals would be able to match them better.
And you think by not seeing a person and like I think
I don't.
The
I
way
don't
they
even agree
need
with
to
meeting
do this
online.
show is like have an extremely hot person on one side and just some fucking disaster on the other, and you fall in love with that disaster. And then when it's revealed, it's like, this is who you fell in love with. That's the show. Watching two pretty people do it, it's like, yeah, whatever. But if now some fucking 10 walks around and there's some fucking gigantic blob of a man and he's all hairy and he's got meatball stains on his shirt and he's like, here I am, baby.
He's so mean. He's so
Right
mean.
there, but that's a lot of what happens when you meet off the internet.
That's the
and
show
that's
I
the
wanna
game
see.
it was. It was like the internet. They had to talk on the line and and they couldn't meet. My whole thing is though, I get it. But why or how can you do that to somebody? Like, I looked at her and I was
Because
like,
she was a whore.
That's why you're 38 and you look like you're fucking 45.
Oh, that's
She
the
was
bitch that's still at the
drunk
club, though.
every time.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Like
I
this.
know.
How
She
you
was.
doing?
Like, did you finish the
We
series?
did.
Like,
We did.
they were at that party and she's like, are you happy?
Yeah, she goes up to. Actually,
He's like,
she
yes, I'm
continues to
happy.
pursue the
I'm
guy
happy.
she likes.
To
She
relate
did.
this girl to
in
everybody?
front of her dude's face.
Yeah. She's like, if I wanted him, I would try to take him. The girl was like, I would knock you the fuck out. And I was like,
Let me tell you, I couldn't stand her either. But when she said that to her, like, bitch, I'll fuck you up.
Absolutely.
To make this shitty 38-year-old relatable to everybody, this is who this girl is. She's the old drunk girl at the bar that got thrown out and is at the door going, "You're just a doorman. You're just a doorman. Just a doorman. You ain't shit."
That's
and it's
her.
like, all right, drunk old lady, get the fuck out of here. Whatever, doorman. That's who she is.
It was rough to watch. I felt really bad for the guy. We also have been, me and my daughter Anna, we've been binge watching Married at First Sight. And this couple, I wanted to bring up the situation because it's kind of fucked up, I think. So this one girl was saving herself for marriage, okay? She was 27 years old, 27, and a virgin, and going on a Married at First Sight show to meet a man to get married. They were married for 6 weeks. She wouldn't fuck him.
But
then why did you get married? Like, you're
Yeah.
saving it for
Why
marriage.
do the show?
Yeah, you're
Is what-
saving it for marriage, and now you're married, and you're still not fucking.
She let him lick her. She let him kiss her. She let him massage her. But she would not have sex with him.
And right there, and I said it when we were watching, I go, red flag. You know why? Because she's going to be one of these bitches that goes, it's your birthday, I guess.
you get a
I
birthday
guess.
blowjob and
I
like
guess.
Christmas and an anniversary. And
We
that's it.
are very adamant about
6
other than
nights a week,
other than
okay?
trust. Number 2 is your sex life.
I'm trying to
trust. No, but for real, there's trust and your sex life. And trust being 1, sex life number 2.
Yep.
If you don't have either one of those, your relationship ain't gonna
It's a
work.
healthy marriage.
And some virgin who is married for 6 weeks, she's clearly uncomfortable with just the idea of sex.
She was. She was talking to her mom on the show, like, and wearing one of those bathing suits that's like a t-shirt.
In the pool.
She was model skinny, beautiful body. She wasn't like unattractive at all. She was a beautiful black girl. He was a handsome. They looked great together, and he was like, "Oh wait, no problem." After 4 weeks, he was like, I would like to be more intimate, and she was like, we can do flavored syrups. And she pours like this on her arm. She's like, you can taste it. And then she put it on her calf and he's licking it off. And I'm going, how? They did dancing lessons.
That's so
I'm
awkward.
like, this is kind of sad to
I'd be
watch.
like, all right, now pour it down the crack of your ass.
He ended up,
like-
he ended up after like not marrying her. And I think that was the best thing. He's like, I don't want the responsibility of taking your virginity because it's going to be too much for her. So they
Who
didn't end up
knows
getting
though? She
married.
might get fucked good that first time and then just become a freak. You know what I mean?
Dickmatized.
Well, but it could happen.
Yes,
It
it
Getting
could
that in my
happen.
text messages, I say.
I guess it could happen. I just feel like you don't go on a show if you're a fucking virgin. Like,
Listen,
you don't
I'm also
do
not
that.
training anybody.
True, you don't want to train anybody. That is the kind of the worst. Virgins are not
No.
the best.
Yeah, I've been
but
there, done
I
that.
just felt again that this guy got played. Like, what the fuck? You get married, you don't fuck. None of them did it on the night of the wedding. All of them waited till the honeymoon after a week and a half, kind of being together.
Well, I guess that's reasonable if they just met.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You don't
I
buy
mean,
the
to be
cow
fair,
without
though,
trying
yeah,
the milk
no.
first.
I've also just met people.
I'm with
and
Rocky
they
on that
ended up
one.
the
We're
same.
married. We're fucking all
I
motherfucking night.
I need to fuck before the wedding.
Well,
I want to know
you
what
have
I'm
to
marrying.
Test the goods.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yes, you have
need
to
I
test
put out.
drive it.
You
I
test drive
totally
a
put
car.
out.
You don't walk into a car dealership and go, "I'll take that one."
'Cause
No,
it looks
you drive it. You
pretty.
look
I'll
at
take
it.
it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I thought that these two shows that are doing the make you or find you your guy, like they should have filtered knowing she's a virgin. Put her with somebody who's a fucking virgin or a church going boy. Then.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
doesn't make for interesting TV then.
it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't.
But all right, we got 3 women here, right? And
Go.
say you're on this show, right? Or you wait until marriage to have sex like a fucking maniac.
Stupid.
No, not
I'm
me.
stupid.
and-
I was 13.
And
Oh, girl! Way to throw it, you little fucking hoe.
the guy was 9, surprisly. No, nothing. All
The
right.
guy?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
She's fucking 9-year-old.
Meaning you were 13 and stuff on a 9
You're such a dick.
Hey,
You're
finally.
not nice.
If this was a guy's shows, that would have been a big laugh.
Nobody laughed.
But let's say you hold out, you get married, it's your wedding night, and now you're about to fuck, and he pulls it out, and he's rock hard, and it's this big.
Oh no!
He's got a micro penis.
No.
And now you're married or
You're married. You're
No.
married. This is your dick now.
For the
You
rest of
know-
your life until the divorce papers are dry.
You know, that is,
Is that grounds for an annulment?
I mean, if you didn't,
You never
know
told me about the
it,
micro penis.
I feel like I don't know. That might be
you know-
valid.
I am going to play the other side and say that for a really long time, obviously when I was younger, I dated women, and then I was with Rocky, and like every time we have sex, it does not go in easy. And I have had also 3 children. I'm a very small and tight, little tiny, no joke. And I,
it's like a canyon down there.
But I'm going to get to something. So when you're not with someone for so long, if he was small, I don't think that I would have been like, ugh. I would have been like, yeah, all right.
I don't know the size small he's talking about.
I've
I've seen live and in person.
This is really small. That's like not.
No, but there are.
You can't choke yourself on that if you try.
There's guys with tiny, small dicks.
Oh well, if I was getting pussy for
Right
a while,
there.
not having sex, it's
This
a little
nub. This
you know what? All right, now you
This
fucked me
nub.
up. I can't do the nub. I can't do the nub.
You might as well go back to girls at that point.
I don't know if I do. I don't want to be mean, but I don't know if I necessarily look and go, fuck you. I think that's something that could be worked on.
I think I'd have to try
You can't
it.
make his dick bigger.
Listen, I've tried it. No.
Well, now I don't want to be
From your lips to
superficial or
God's
anything,
ears.
but I guess
But no, I tried it. I gave it the chance.
Yeah.
And it just
Yeah.
didn't work.
See,
I
I've
didn't
been there
laugh
too.
or say
and-
no.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a big clit.
You were scissoring. Oh my god! There are some girls who have big clits.
It was like being with a female bodybuilder. Well, why do all
Oh
of the
my God.
like they all have these huge clits?
How do you know?
Because like you've seen China in Playboy, you fucking got a thumb clit.
Wait,
Oh my god!
wait. China the wrestler?
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
in
that was
Playboy.
years ago.
She had a thumb clit.
Yeah, gigantic. It's gross.
How does that happen? Steroids?
I would think possibly the steroids
Maybe.
does it. That's what my guess would be. Maybe it's some kind
That
of
is gross,
testosterone
though.
thing.
Shrinks balls
I don't
and
know.
grows clits.
I don't know
That's how
exactly.
steroids work.
But
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that it would actually do that to women. I knew it shrunk their tits. Like it made them
like,
have,
and some
no
guys are
breasts.
into it. Like Jim Norton, he was like obsessed. He's like, oh, I love a thumb clit, and he loves like big meaty drape pussies.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
I guess to each their own.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone has their thing and their fetish, and
Yeah, I don't know.
it's not hurting anybody.
I guess not. Yeah, the true story. I always say like it's not my sheets. I don't really care what you're doing, but
Yeah.
it to me, I just never thought that clits could be bigger than a clit. Like I thought it was just as all the same size meat. It's like a little.
Can
Okay.
you do that one more time?
Let's change it.
Rubbing my nose.
Let's change. No, actually, we're not changing it up, but we're going to get into a little different part of this conversation. So, in relationships, I feel like
I just spilled coffee on myself.
that's because you're a hoe.
I am a hoe.
In relationships, you go through things like Rocky and I fight
Spilled it on
over,
my
let's
drapes.
just say, fucking the pots and pans, right? Is it inappropriate for me to be with my girlfriend? I'll use Nicole because she's the closest friend. Is it inappropriate for me to vent to her without, putting it online? Am I who?
To talk
who are
about
you
it, yeah.
able to discuss it with?
To talk about it, yes. To trash me, no.
Right. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, I never would trash you
Yeah.
anyway. But in speaking, I was just wondering because I have a friend who asked me a question that they fight a lot, and she vents to me a lot, and this person, her husband, attacks her for venting to me when I'm like, well, who else are you going to talk to? Not Nicole, another friend.
Go
but I'm
talk to
saying-
a priest.
But no, he legit
Yeah, but I
gets
know
angry.
who you're talking about. He's a control freak. He's a weirdo, and anything he
think I
says.
know who we're talking
inappropriate,
about,
No,
right?
of course not. Friends talking to friends about issues with anything is normal.
Now, Nicole, I'll use you once again. I love you. When you come to me and you're wrong in a situation, am I honest with you?
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons I think why we're so close and we have such a
Right.
good.
I would never blow someone's smoke. I would never try to break up a marriage. I would never do these things. But I think to myself, what are you doing that
Yeah.
you wonder what I'm doing? Like, I'm telling her, if you want to work it out, go to marriage counseling. Be honest. Don't lie to each other. Don't, and for me, I go, it's something more. So I wanted to ask other people, like, what is
Like
appropriate?
I think you need that friend.
Yeah,
like everyone
absolutely.
should have that one friend because your family is kind of always just going to give you the benefit of the doubt and kind of hope things ride its course. But your friend,
And
a
also
really
me
close
side.
friend, no, but not even that. Like a really close friend, like you said, like if Nicole's doing something fucked up, you're going to be the one to be like, yo, you're fucking up and what you're doing is stupid.
Right.
Her mom will be like, well, Nicole, and she'll tiptoe around it or maybe, blame some other element except her daughter,
Right.
or, and there's it's good to have that friend. Like, if Richie was fucking up, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm more than comfortable enough to be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're fucking up. You need to straighten your shit out. What the fuck?
Right. 'Cause
Like
what
the
you should
little
do.
kick in the ass that you need. Because again, not a lot of people are going to do that. A lot of people are just ignore the fact or just, hey, not my problem.
Right.
I
You know what I
think
mean?
it goes more than just a close friend. It's got to be like a close friend that, like you and I are blunt with each other. If we think each other's wrong, we tell each other. And like, I have close friends that wouldn't do that.
Right.
Like,
Do you guys
it's got to be
like
somebody
that
that's not only
quiet
close
bitch?
to you
Just-
that's
Oh.
gonna tell you like it is.
Gina V in the chat
Call you
makes
on
a
your
great
shit.
point.
You have to have that.
She wrote, "Some women take it too damn far, trashing their men. Though makes get-togethers weird." Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you've trashed this guy. You've
Right.
put this image of I don't fucking like this guy because of the way you treat my friend, and now you expect me to go hang out with him and be cordial and nice. Now I have to be fake for your sake.
Yeah, but there's
Well,
a
that's
difference
one
between
thing, yeah.
No, but-
trashing your man and just venting and
Talking
having that
Exactly. You don't
conversation,
ever
like, this is what's going on
shit
and this
talk
is
your
how I'm
significant
feeling.
other.
Right.
See, I think when it comes to talking about your relationship stuff with a friend, you should always downplay it instead of increasing it. You get what I'm saying? Because now it's like, hey, we kind of had this little tiff, and what do you think about this? Not, he fucking yelled at me and threw something, and now I have this
Totally.
image of this abusive man in your household.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get that, but even if you were to be honest and say he threw something, he was crazy, telling your part
Yes,
honestly is
absolutely.
really important.
Well, that's the problem.
I was nagging, I was pushing, or what? Not making excuses, but being honest about the
About
situation.
both
Yeah.
A lot of
sides
people
it.
will go, well, what did you do? And they'll go, I did nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
most
know why he was
bullshit.
mad
Of
at
course
me.
it is.
Bullshit.
Of course, that's kid
If you're
shit.
gonna tell the story, you need to tell both sides.
Yes.
Nobody's gonna be perfect in it. Not everyone's gonna come out smelling
Right,
like roses.
of course.
But if you're gonna shit on the other person,
Yeah. But
you
that's
have
like the
to
kid-
be
There's always
accountable
three
for
sides
your
to
shit,
every
too.
It's like the
story.
kid who goes home with the black eye, and his dad goes, "Where'd you get the black eye from?" Some kid punched me in the face. Well, why'd he punch you in the face?
For no reason.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
was just standing
I
there.
don't know.
Minding
you
my
know? And it's like
business.
you did nothing, and he just
Right.
walked up and punched you. Okay, yeah, because I'm a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? So, like again, it's a tough thing because she makes a great point. Like get-togethers now are weird because even if it's kind of a lighter situation, there's still now your friend going, fuck him. You're my friend, not him.
Right.
I'm only around him because of you, so I don't give a fuck about this person.
Difference though is I love my friends. Like my friends that are my friends are family to me. I would never disrespect my friend to the point where I've even had a discussion with the other half in my front yard. I was laying it all out and I told him how I felt. It was both. I didn't say she was. I was like, you both are fucking it up.
Yeah.
You're doing this. And I tried to even, and still, it's like, I don't want you going over there. What did she say to you today? And I don't understand that because when I have a problem with Rocky, we talk about it like this, done. And we're not harpers. We don't talk about yesterday's argument.
Enough time doesn't pass to
No,
get to someone else to talk
never.
about it.
We really do have a very good communication level. However, when there are times where I'm like, oh, and I do talk with Nicole, never once has she ever walked in my house and been different to my husband because of respect and love. Not because I'm going to be fake to him, but because she respects and loves me. It's more important to her than making him uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I think about her situation. I not only feel bad because everybody needs someone to talk to, but also think, what brought you to that place of wondering what she's saying? What are you doing?
Yeah, no. If a man puts his hands on a woman, that's end game for me. Like, there's no, like, all right. I believe in the phrase, if you're a woman, if you hit a man, expect to get hit back. Yeah. But I say
Fair.
that because there are men out there that will hit you back.
Right.
Me personally, you could punch me, spit on me, kick me. I'm never going to put my hands on them. The most I'm going to do is just restrain you. I would never, ever hit a woman ever.
Right.
But like I said, there's guys out there that you hit them, expect to get hit fucking back.
Well, my
You
father
know?
was a personal trainer,
But
6'3"
but
black
me,
belt.
you
He
know,
told
even
me my whole life.
even if it's Richie, and I find out, he beat his wife, I'd be like, dude,
You fucking
I'd be like, you're a
crazy?
piece of shit.
Right.
I wouldn't be friends with him anymore. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking hang out with someone who beats up women. Like, you're not a man. You're garbage in my eyes.
There's a level of difference when it comes to a woman and a man. A woman not only doesn't have the same amount of physical power as a man, but there's a respect. I've never had my husband say bitch, fuck. He doesn't talk like that, and
there's
neither
no
do
fuck
I.
you, you're a
when we
bitch.
argue, I'm like, you know what? Maybe you need to go outside. He's like, yeah, maybe you need to go take a shower. That is as harsh as we get
Yeah, but
when
that's
we're
a
arguing.
conversation.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
not.
Even if we were arguing or yelling, even if we're just like, you know what? Fucking time out for everybody.
But I have a Banner Hulk syndrome where I'm Banner and then I'm Hulk, and when it
He's
starts,
not that scary.
no, when it starts changing though, she could see it, and I'll go, leave me alone. I'm going outside for 5 minutes. And when we first were dating,
It took a few years.
she would follow me. And
Why don't you want to talk to me?
Yeah, exactly. And ladies,
honest.
big mistake. When the guy says, leave me alone, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Like, give him a few minutes. Let him get his fucking wits together. Let him fucking calm down a little bit. Don't fucking keep needling him, because then when he goes, you fucking bitch, get the fuck... That's your fault.
I've learned that
now.
the hard way.
Well,
Like,
both. Don't take a responsibility
yes,
for it.
control yourself. Control yourself. But you didn't leave the situation when he asked you to. He, if just
If you have the wherewithal to say, "Hey, I need 5 minutes,"
Yeah.
if you can't respect it enough, and I get it, like in the beginning, you
Yeah,
get in your own head, and it's like, "Oh, but I just want to." But then you realize,
Well, there's
if
a
he's
pissing
telling
contest,
you,
too, in the
I
beginning.
need like 10 minutes to just compose myself and not
Yeah.
let it out on you because it's not your fault.
Well, in the
Give him 5-10
beginning too,
minutes
you don't
and-
want to set a precedence where it's like, all right, I let you run all over me too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's that pissing contest of, all right, we're gonna see who's got the bigger balls
Well,
here.
it's
You know what I
also
mean?
if you're asking for 5 minutes, that's one thing. But if you're asking to disappear for 5 days to go on a bender,
Right.
No,
Big difference. No, I
Yeah.
feel like it's more of don't give me shit and I won't take, and you don't take my shit. Like you just,
Yeah.
there's a level.
there has to be a
But like
balance.
you said, the
somewhere.
respect thing. Like, I'd never come out my face in a way where I'm like, you're a fucking bitch, you fucking cunt. I've never.
Well, the second you're name calling,
Yeah.
you've lost.
There's
Yeah.
respect
All-
gone.
Yep.
And it's
But
hard to
there's
get that
also
back.
that thing of like, I always put things in this perspective, right? If I'm on the street and someone spoke to my wife that way, I'd knock them the fuck out. Why the fuck should I be talking to my wife that way? If my kids spoke to my wife that way, I'd knock them the fuck out.
That's because you're an adult, though.
Yeah, but
Oh,
no,
we wouldn't
I
knock our
say it to my.
kids
I
out.
wouldn't knock them out.
He didn't mean
but
that.
what I'm saying
Very
is,
stern talking to.
but what I'm saying is like, I'm not gonna let anyone talk to her that way, whether it's a
course.
stranger on the street or my children. Like, this is my wife,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this isn't just some
We grew
fucking
up with a
girlfriend.
lot of respect. I did as well. So it's different.
Like, I always look at it from that perspective of, well, you wouldn't want her treated this way by anyone else. So what gives you the right to what? Just because you're married? No, you should treat her better than the fucking people on the street or some asshole who's calling her a bitch or whatever. Like that, to me, it's unacceptable to treat a woman you really love in a shitty manner, no matter how angry you are, because you're angry, but I get over it quickly. You get over it quickly because there's a love and respect there. But if you don't have that, then
Why would you want to fight and be uncomfortable with your spouse? Like, I
But-
don't know why there's so many relationships.
But I'm a big
Because they're
flag guy,
comfortable.
and that
Yep, you get comfortable with
that's
being
a flag
miserable.
because it starts there, and then now we're married 20 years, and I can't fucking stand you. You know what I mean? It builds, and you bury it, and the settling thing. But you sit there, and now it's this fucking just
a miserable position.
huge knot in your stomach, and every time you see the person, you're like, ugh. And it's all stems from that shit because we treat each other like shit. So it's just a miserable whole fucking thing.
It's
now.
easier to be like, fuck you, I'm going to take a shower. But when I look at him, I'll just look at him and go, okay. Like we had to learn over the years. I mean, we know each other for well over 20 years, but being together was also a challenge because we were friends, so it was like, what do you mean? But we respect each other. So I wanted to bring this up because I get sometimes with myself, like maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should shut my fucking mouth, but I don't want to. I want to be there for my friend, and it's just a difficult situation.
See, when it's her situation, it's anything goes because there's a divorce happening. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck him. I ain't gonna see him anyway. Fuck that guy.
And they're quarantined together for the past 3
yeah.
months.
Oh, no.
But you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like now
I
it
fucking love her so much.
now
I
it's at a
love her.
point though where it's like I don't give a fuck what I say about him because he ain't gonna be in her life and I ain't gonna see this motherfucker
They're not
ever
like
again.
that, actually. It's more or less they're both really uncomfortable. And there's not fighting like F you, but there is fighting like, oh, yeah, on our anniversary, I'm going to go camping and leave you home alone. And she calls me like, what am I going to do? I'm like, go to the fucking beach. What do you mean, what are you going to do?
Go do whatever you
But
want.
yeah,
at that point.
come here. I'll be
Go on a
home.
date.
Do something, do something. I feel like, but it's easier said than done. You're
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
11 years with somebody. It's easier said than done,
They'll do it when they're ready,
Yeah.
and not a moment sooner.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Once you're at the divorce level, that's it. You know, that's the way I look at it. It's. I feel like if you're like, we need a divorce, people can sit there and go, let's work on this and let's fix it. No, it's broken. If you got to the point where you wanted to leave them and get papers and lawyers involved, there's no fixing it.
There's no coming back from
there's
that.
putting a Band-Aid on it for a little bit, but eventually it's going to end up
they'll
going
have
back.
a baby. They'll get a dog.
Oh,
They'll
those
try
are my
a
favorite people.
threesome,
Let's
Don't
have
fucking play with me. She sent me a picture of a dog today.
with the people
Oh
that
my God, girl, I'm coming for you.
that think a baby's going to somehow save the
babies, threesomes, and marriage fix all
Like
relationship
I look at that and go,
problems, I'm
oh, that's good.
Girl, are you inviting yourself?
But I
Party
look at
on,
it and go,
guys.
oh, that's smart, you know, and not selfish at all. Bring another life into this miserable
exactly.
fucking
And it's
atmosphere.
like, so now we're really trapped and
Yeah.
linked to each other for the rest of your life.
It's hard though, you know, because when you are at the point where you don't want to be with them anymore, it's easy when you're doing your own thing. You know, right now, the past 3 months, you can't go nowhere. And, you know, he was home for 2 months and she is in the field. Thank God she's on the front line. She's an amazing person that she's out there and essential, but it's 24/7 for her right now. And she's just like, I don't.
I want to go back to that virgin real quick because I'd written something earlier. You saw it,
Yeah.
and I forgot to bring it up. As far as I'm concerned, and this is just me, my personal preference, but I think if you want your marriage to be good, take my advice, ladies. Once you get married, the woman should be a filthy, dirty whore. Be the
Yes.
dirtiest,
Agreed.
sluttiest fucking whore you can be because your
Can we
man.
get a consensus?
Are
on
you
Your
that?
telling?
man
Are
will
you telling
never
them how I
leave you.
am? Thanks a lot. Now everybody knows I'm a dirty, filthy whore.
and it's and as you should be, and you know, like, and a guy.
There's
you
really
should-
no other way to
but
be once you're married.
As a guy, you should take pride in how you fuck, and if you don't make your woman come, you're useless. You're a worthless bag of shit.
Can I get an amen?
Because think about it though, when we fuck, if you don't come, how much I go? No, we're not done.
It's
until
very
you do.
rare, but there are nights where I'm just like, it is not
Well,
going.
sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
you know.
and it's like an hour and a half. I'm like, good night. You don't know what
But
it is.
you know what? The effort
But
is there.
something's
Yes.
on my mind. Yeah, oh yeah, but like either I hear the kids and then I'm like, I can't get back into it. We
Yeah.
have two young
yeah.
kids and on either side of our bedroom. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you know? Like, but at the same time, like my husband, we are very active, at least 6 days a week. There's some times where I'm like, babe, I'm super tired. You want to just hang out tonight? He's like, well, I guess so. Because he's ready every night. But sometimes I'm just like, babe, I was working all fucking day. So one day a week, I get to myself. But, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll fucking slap myself in the face with his dick if he wanted it, which 90% of the time he does. Because we are married. It doesn't matter what I'm doing with him. It's my husband.
Well,
you know?
exactly, and like I said, ladies, if you're listening and you're not and you're married, that's what's wrong with your marriage. At least
More
a major
sex.
part
You're not
of
being a filthy whore.
Yeah, a major part. But seriously though, because like think of that guy whose wife isn't a filthy whore. Like honestly
I feel
never
bad for him.
watch porn or look at porn or because I don't need to. My wife's a dirty motherfucker and I love that.
Listen, the only time you should be watching porn if you're married is if you're watching it together.
your
If
wife,
your
yeah.
husband is watching porn because you're not fucking pleasing him, there's a problem.
Well, and
there.
that's why he's watching it. He's looking for something else that you're not giving him.
Yeah, but okay. So what? They can't watch porn unless you're watching it together.
No. What they're saying
No.
is
I feel
when
like
somebody
that's
goes
a
to
fine
porn
line.
is
Going to
because they
porn.
need
Yeah.
the stimulation.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
That's my point.
I think there's a difference between just watching porn because maybe your significant other
If you're
isn't
married-
there and you just
Well,
really
yeah,
wanna
but
get it
No,
I'm
on.
but
saying,
hold up.
like,
if you're
when they're
married and
turning
sneaking
down.
off,
No,
and
yeah.
like you're in the
Yeah.
bathroom,
Yeah.
like porn.
That's different.
You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
that's
But
what I'm
if
talking
you're,
about.
If you're
though.
turning to porn instead of your spouse,
Yes.
then that's the
well,
problem.
but
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Well, most
Yeah.
women, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to hate on women at all. I mean, for real, but most women in marriage or even relationships use their fucking sex as a tool. Like, well, you know what? Then now we're not fucking, and a month will go by, and then 2 months will go by. By the time
Which
3-4
is so
months go
stupid
by,
because you're punishing yourself.
true
Exactly.
story. But
Why am I
women
going to hold
get
out
lazy.
sex? That's punishing me.
Not that men
because
don't
that
get
woman
lazy,
doesn't
too.
want to have sex.
Yeah,
That's
but to be
why
fair,
she's
there are
looking
men
for
that do it
reasons.
too.
Yes.
My ex did it. He would withhold all physical affection, and he would tell his family because they'd be like, "Oh, Katie, don't suck his dick." I'd be
Whoa,
like,
her family, his family would say this. What kind of family
"Yeah,
is
but,
that?
but to be fair, he would sit there and openly tell them, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect
You weren't
me.
uncomfortable
I'll do
with
whatever I
that?
want." Oh, you have there were a lot of moments that I should have been very uncomfortable, and I just sat there and just ate shit
That
for
is
years.
crazy.
But they would tell me, withhold. I'm like, you don't get it. He withholds from me. He had all the control in the relationship. It was a nightmare.
That's
No,
crazy.
but
finally got
the
out of.
women who do that withholding shit, they're just looking for a reason
But
to
that's
withhold it.
bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Like,
what's the point of withholding? If you're supposed to be in a relationship,
Yeah.
you're supposed to
Why
be
be
partners.
oh, you're new here.
My ex-husband used to do
let
the
me
same
let me
thing.
catch you up. Let me catch you up real quick. I'm a firm believer that 75 to 90% of marriages are people that settled.
I agree
They're
with
not
that.
happy,
But that's why
they're
I'm not
content.
married yet.
Yeah, they're content.
I waited till I was 36
I'm
myself.
not doing it. I'm not rushing
I
into
waited,
it. So what? I
35.
can have an expensive
That's why I've
divorce.
been single
No
so long
thanks.
because I'm not.
But I
will
look,
not
I look at a
settle
lot
in
of
the right time.
marriages, and my example of it is me and Jessica go to a party. We might split off for a little bit, and but we're always typically together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You watch another couple, a settled couple, a content couple, go to a party, and immediately, ching, and not see each other for the rest of the night.
And that's a problem.
Of course, but they settled, and they're content in their life. They're content. Hey, I got my kids. We don't fuck anymore, but whatever. I
But
jerk off in the
whatever.
bathroom
and I
and
go to the
shower.
strip club,
Yeah.
12
Yes.
times
Yeah.
a week,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
have lunch there and know all of their
See,
names.
that's
Yeah.
one of my issues too, and I say this all the time. Like, my husband has never gone to a strip club. We've been together for almost 8 years. He's never been like going out with the boys. I'm always like, babe, can we go out? He's like, do you want to watch a movie downstairs, play arcade? I'm like, okay. I'm like, babe, you want to go get a drink? He's like, why don't we just go fuck? I'm like, okay.
Wait, didn't we have your bachelorette and bachelor dinner at a strip
That
club?
was, yeah, but we didn't even
burlesque.
go into the strip club.
He wouldn't go upstairs to the strip club. It was burlesque. The girls were in lingerie serving dinner. But
guys, before you
he
give me
That was
shit.
a fun time.
No, he wouldn't go up to the strip club because he was like, Jessica, first of all, you're fucking hot as fuck. How am I going to go up there and let some girl grind on me when I could be grinding with you? So we actually instead went back to the hotel room, fucked, and then went out to the club. But he's that kind of man but I am that wife. I will wear whatever he wants. I'll do whatever. He could fucking slap me all day. I'm into it. But that's why I married him.
No, I also I hate fucking the strip club. To me is just I don't like it. Like when I went there as a young guy before I was even supposed to be allowed in, like 16, 17.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, cool, we're going to the titty bar. But as I got older in my 20s, I was like, this place sucks because first of all, I don't want to talk to any of these skeevy bitches that you've been rubbing fucking dicks on you all night, and you smell like sweat and fucking
Get
whatever,
grabs just by like giving them a dollar.
yeah, whatever $2
No.
perfume you sprayed all over your fucking snatch. And I'm not dumb enough to sit there and be like, yo, I think this chick likes me, bro.
Take out 100. Yeah, take my debit card.
And there's nothing unsexier to me than a girl coming up to me and like trying to be like, hey baby, what's your name? What do you do?
It's like a script.
It's like, ugh, you're hitting like that's not woman, like that's not classy for a woman to go up and like
Obviously,
do
a strip
that,
club is
like-
not a classy place.
No, but like
know,
it's,
it's a hard
to
pass
me,
on that.
it's like, ugh, you desperate bitch. Like, and I know she's working, but still, like, if I was in the club and some chick did that, I'd be like, ugh, your desperation is gross.
Yeah.
So, like, a stripper doing it, I'm like, you're only here because you want what's inside my pocket, not what's inside my pants. And you're coming off mad desperate, and you smell. And I just seen you fucking grinding on a 73-year-old toothless guy. What makes you think I want to fucking talk to you?
So what I'm hearing is you don't like the titty bars.
No.
then.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Well, so I feel like though it happens when people aren't happy, and then you lose that. Well, I want to be home, or I want to cook dinner, or I want to clean the house. Like you guys have been inside my house. I work also, but I am a big into being a housewife and cleaning and cooking and serving my children and my husband. This is why I had children and a husband. Not that I'm a slave, but I love having dinner ready. He works his ass off for us. Like, so every day he's up at 6 a.m, walking in at 5:15. His feet hurt, and I'm like, I got you. I want to cook for you. You don't got to clean. I already cleaned for you. Your laundry is done. Because why wouldn't I do that as a wife? Some people go, I'm not setting his fucking coffee. His coffee is ready every morning before he walks out that door.
She writes him the
Nothing
cutest
wrong
little
with
love
that.
notes.
But
I
you
love
know
it.
what?
Love it.
Every
I
day.
You know
love
what
it.
though? Like a lot of, and she doesn't complain about it either. That's the other thing. He's not walking around going, I clean his house all fucking day, and it's like, yeah, you did.
Thank you. But
thank
it's my house, too. I live here.
And I was just gonna say, like, you live here too, and I'm not even here most of the day, so why you complain to the kids if anybody? But yeah, but I look at that, and that's something that a lot of wives also don't do, though. Like, I walk into some of my friends' houses, and I'm like, God damn, is your wife even here? Like, what the fuck? Like, there is shit everywhere. There's dishes in the sink. It kind of smells a little weird in here. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, my wife doesn't do shit. And I'm like, oh,
That's
sucks.
just like a
terrible.
shitty
But
partnership.
I hear those stories, and I go, oh, thank God for my wife, because she does all this.
She
and
seems like the perfect mix between like Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
And, like what? Pamela
Jenna
Anderson,
Jameson.
Jenna
No.
Jameson. Like, I don't know which way to go with
Alabama
it.
Whirly.
Oh, that's our movie. Yeah, baby.
She's my Alabama.
It's the truth, and I feel like it's so important. People don't understand like the consistency when you're in the relationship. It didn't go down because she was an asshole. It went down because you both were assholes. You both gave up, and I don't know. I get kind of like, you brought up the whole like strippers and stuff like that. Like, I get kind of grateful, when I hear a lot of things like my husband went out, or he did this, he did that, or he wanted to go out with his boys and didn't come home, and I'm like, I don't even know. My husband begs to just be home. Like, he comes home for lunch every single day. He gets 45 minutes. He will come here from his job just to see me and the girls and his son, and then eat and go back to work every day.
True story.
Like, it's a lifestyle you choose to do and be with your partner.
Well, I also look at it like, too, like, all right, when on your wedding day, right, whoever the other people were talking about, there was, like, jubilation. Like, you were very happy. I mean, maybe some people aren't, and you look at that and you go, you were there at some point. Like, what brought you here?
Right.
You know what I mean? And, yeah, sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's one person.
One first, then the other joins in. Nobody ever just
No,
sleeps
sometimes
through
there's a
it.
complete victim, too. Sometimes there's someone who's just a complete victim and had the wool pulled over their eyes, and that sucks. But you were at one point at your wedding day. You know what I mean? And, like, how did you get there?
Right.
You know, like, there had to have been serious, real love to get there. So how from there to whatever the fuck happened did you get to that point? Because there must have been happiness to get to the wedding part.
Eventually.
You know, you don't sit there and go, this bitch drives me fucking crazy. I can't stand her. Will you marry me?
Yeah.
Sometimes it starts before the wedding, and they just continue to
They
go
just
through
go
it.
through it.
Some
And-
people
and
are
those-
just so desperate
Yeah.
to get married.
Those are my settling people. And,
Like-
and there's also those people, well, I'm 28. I should be married and have kids
Exactly.
by now. That's what I'm supposed to do.
I've been told for years, you're not getting any younger. You're not getting any younger. I'm like, cool. So I should have
I'm also
married
not rushing,
so
yeah.
I
the
should
last
just,
person that I was
Right.
with just
Right.
because.
just
what?
close my eyes
Thank
and throw shit
God
at the
you
wall.
didn't.
Oh,
No, and for women it's even worse though. You guys get it the worst. Like, you could be 40 years old and a guy and single, and it's like, hey, look at that guy. He's
Just
a
living like a
Yeah,
bachelor.
he's just living it up, man. But a woman at 40, people are like, oh, that's sad for her. And it's like, why?
she's an
It
old maid
depends, I
now.
guess. It depends, though, because we've all had those. Thank God we didn't. And I think that it happens at the right time for you. My parents used to say to me all the time, I was single for a long time, too, and they were like, when you have your shit together, when you are the woman you should be to meet the one you're going to be with, that's when he will come.
Yep.
And he literally, out of fucking nowhere, ran into each other after 10, 15 years of not seeing each other at a mutual bar and was like, what's up?
But
you
that's
could ask.
great.
You could ask every single person that knows us
They can't believe
10
we're
years
together.
ago,
Like,
and they're like, hey. In 10 years, Rocky and Jessica are going to be married. They're going to have a bunch of
Never.
kids. Everyone's like, get the fuck
Never.
out of here. All right.
Yeah, okay. It's
Yeah.
a true story, but we ended up being the perfect match. We let go of our insecurities. We let go of our judgments, and there is just acceptance. He has never once been like, you know what? I don't like this about. Actually, I don't think he's ever told me there's something he didn't like about me, except I don't put the broom down. Can you come sit with me? Can you stop cleaning the house? Can you? Because I have
My
anxiety.
biggest gripe is that she won't sit down and
I
stop
have-
doing
Oh
things.
no, the
Yeah,
horror, the
but
horror.
it's cleaning anxiety. Like,
Yeah.
I will clean when
No,
my
but
head
sometimes,
is going.
like if say I want to go out and smoke, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And when I want to go out and smoke, it's like I don't want to wait. I want to go now, like
Right this second.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
ready right
I
now.
want to
Let's
smoke.
go.
I need to smoke. Let's go smoke. And she'll be like, "Let me just," and I'll go no because that leads into da da da
I'll
da.
empty the garbage and I'll wipe down the toilet.
yeah.
I'm in the bathroom. I clean it anyway. Might as well.
And I'll
She does it all the time when I'm here.
But I'll have to pull her out and be like, "You're not doing any of that shit. Let's go and smoke."
And I sit and I'm like, all right, when I go inside, I'm going to vac. He's like, what is, but with me, that's how I work out my shit. I'm not into doing anything else. I don't take medication. I'm not into that kind of lifestyle. So for me, I'm like, I got shit. I'm just going to go in the salon and clean, or I'm gonna rake the leaves. I'll fucking
But that's why
shovel
you guys
snow. You know,
you guys balance each other
Right.
out.
Well,
So
someone
when
in
you're
here,
doing that,
Gina V again, she's a Pod Squad person. Shout out Gina V. She's the one who said you were cute. She wrote, when you've got a good man, all that stuff comes easy. And we've said it here before, like, this is never work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never sitting here going, man, we need to work on our relationship. The thoughts have never crossed either one of our minds because, not to sound cheesy, but we're soulmates. Like, that's
magical.
And it's one in a zillion fucking thing though. Like, we hit lottery as far as being a couple. It's most people won't find it, but most people won't find this. And I hate to say that, and it's sad, but most people won't. That's just the way the world is. But we never, ever, ever go, we really need to work on what's going on here. And if you're saying that, again, huge red flag to me. It shouldn't be work. You're like, if you're really in love and everything is cool, because
there's a right to have difference though, and conversations and compromise.
But there's a thing of, I don't want to make her upset, and she doesn't want to make me upset. So we go to extreme lengths as far as our personalities are concerned to curb some of our tendencies and go, all right, this is going to cause some shit if I react the way I normally would.
Right.
But I love this person too much, so I'm going to subside that and just chalk it up to, it's a moment, let's
just
move on.
letting it go.
But and not like bottling it and not
and then throwing
not
in
just
their face
taking a
later.
loss. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's a respect thing of, I don't want to see her upset. She doesn't want to see me upset. Let's do everything possible to make sure we don't do that. You know what I mean? And again, it's not a thought thing. Like, I don't sit there and go, how do I make her happy? It just works.
You also find, though, in relationships, I feel like nobody wants to take responsibility. It's like, yeah, well, you did this first. And, well, yeah, you did this. And you kind of get at that
a blame
attacking
game at
moment.
that point.
So what we try to do is never say you. I don't say you. I tell him my feelings about this is, and I want you to understand where I'm coming from, instead of going, you made me, you're the, it's not, it's more about how I approach. And to be honest, if anybody knows me, I'm a very aggressive speaker. This isn't like, oh, Jessica's crazy. No, I was raised by an Italian Puerto Rican man who spoke aggressively. So when I talk, it just is like this.
Well,
He
you also
will
had a
tell
lot
me.
of siblings, so to be heard, you have to be loud.
He would say to me, I don't like your talking at me. And I go, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk to you like that. And I have to rewind. And we had the other day, someone had aggravated me to a point where I call him at work and I'm like, la, 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 la. And I yelled at him and he was like, don't yell at me. I didn't do this. Blah, blah. And I hung up. I'm like, love you. Bye. We hang up the phone. He calls right back.
No,
and
you called right back.
I called
not even
back.
2 minutes later.
And I was like, I shouldn't have yelled at you. It takes a lot for me to be that way because I am very like, well, if you didn't, and I should never do that with my husband.
She was stubborn as shit for years to get a sorry out of her, and I would, it would end everything that we were like, whatever moment we were having, if she would just be like, sorry. And I would sit there and go, you can't fucking say it, can
But
you?
it would be a sorry, and I'd go, but you. And he'd go, you see?
So that's not an
Yeah,
apology.
that's
That's an
exactly.
excuse.
But
Yeah.
like she like had a problem saying the word sorry, like
I'm
it was like
familiar with
a
some of
real
those.
problem. And I'd be like, you can't just say like, and she'd be like, but and I'd be like, just say fucking sorry and it's done. Like, that's it. But
Let it
and I'd be like,
die.
are you fucking kidding? Like, it would frustrate the shit out of me because I'm so quick to be like, you're right, I'm sorry. Like I'm very quick to point out my flaws or if I fucked up and I feel that I did. Like, if I didn't fuck up and I feel like I didn't, then I'm gonna fight it to the death. But I'm very quick to also go, you were fucking wrong there. Don't be a fucking idiot. Just move on, say sorry.
Yeah.
But at first she was so stubborn with that.
It took a lot for me to go, you know what? You reacted the way you did because of you. I had to take accountability from me and for what I said. It's really hard when you're in a relationship and in a fight to just go, well, wait a second. I really did say that and that was not right. You know what? I'm sorry for that. And let's continue now. So it's a difficult situation when you're both not like that.
But it was a yin and yang.
He would never speak. He would never talk. He'd run away. Talk to me and he'd walk away. So we had to work through that moment. People forget when you get married, it's not over the effort and the consistency. Some stop. They're like, oh, fuck it, we're married now. I got that ring.
Now you can just coast
a lot,
through.
Sex
a
is
lot
over.
of people
Got
do
it.
that.
And I look at that and go, well, that's why it's not working.
It's like, so the peak is marriage,
But
and then after that, it's
I think
just a shit
also
show.
it was that yin and yang of she was so stubborn that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna show you how fucking easy it is to just be like, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And I think me being that way and her being her way, it balanced each other out. Where because a lot of times too in earlier relationships I'd be like, fuck it, just take the loss, it ain't even worth it, because I just don't want to hear fucking
And it's
you
not
know.
that serious.
You know what I mean? But with her it was different, where it was like, all right, I actually want to hear you out because I love you, and like I don't
There's
want
the
to
respect
I don't
for
want to
each
just
other.
brush you aside, but I'm also going to be like, no, this is the way I fucking feel, where normally I would just be like bottled. So I think that balance did help, though, because she saw me being like, hey, I fucked up, my bad, I'm willing to admit it, I'm sorry, let's move on. And her stubbornness finally subsided because she saw me doing that, and I was the
Perfect
same. But I was the same way with now being a little bit more aggressive instead of bottling and actually
So you guys
talking.
complement each other
They
in
do.
a
Yeah.
way that,
I cannot stand my
It
husband.
fits.
He's so fucking annoying. It's a true story. It is a true story. I don't know how we got onto this fucking love our relationship. We always end up talking
We
about
always end
us.
up about us.
I'm sorry.
Because you guys
I
have a
enjoy
fucking
it.
awesome relationship.
I love
And
that.
you know what it is?
we
Too?
have
It's
that.
so hard to explain it. So when we try to explain it, like we always find new ways, and it's like all of a sudden that insight goes in. It's like, that's what it is, and finally we realize it. But every episode there's something new that we'll talk about, and we go, oh yeah, we were at that point, and how did that change? How do we get there? And then it starts, dinging in your head. Oh, okay, she did this and I did that.
Some
and,
people think like you get together and then you guys should just conform and be what the other person wants. Like he's never asked me to change. I would never say to him, "You're not allowed to love movies." How dare you? Like an arcade machine for
audacity.
$3,000?
You're
No
not
way.
playing video
He
games
fucking
anymore.
works for his money.
Yeah.
Buy any game system you want. Some wives, you're gonna spend that money. I'm like, buy it. 1,700 on VR. We got a movie screen. Whatever you want, Rocky. You fucking work. Do it. The restrictions, the not being able to grow. That I feel like is a lot of issues with human beings in general, because we all just want. I want you to be like I want you to be. Why? Why'd you get married then?
Then
No,
why-
I want you to
yeah.
fucking be you, and I want to be me. I could wear what I want. My fucking ass cheeks could be bouncing out. I don't dress like that, but they could be. We went to hedonism, for God's sakes, and my husband's not a jealous man. He knows I'm not going. Why can't I be me? I want to, and people lose that. Like I love that, like that he is just so accepting, and we have had a lot of things in our relationship, not bad, but we've had a miscarriage. I had a tumor I had to have removed. We had a lot of emotional stuff that I've never felt like, "Ugh, I'm in this by myself." People forget like how to be that. I got you. Like I'm here. I got you, and couldn't ask for fucking anybody better.
yeah, but you're absolutely right. Like
Blow job for Rocky
like,
today.
The person I got with, and the person I met is who you are. And now, 5 years down the road, I'm like, well, you need to change that shit. It's like, what?
Well, the
No.
second you're thinking that, it's
Yeah.
over.
Or if it was something really that drastic that you really didn't like, you should have brought that shit up years ago.
And
Right.
either addressed
Yeah.
it or realize this is a
This
deal
is
breaker
not
for
the
me,
one for
and
me.
I'm done.
Like if
Thank
she's
you.
going out every night and you're together and she's like, hey, I'm going to go to the club with my girls, and it's, 4 nights out of the week. And at first you're like, whatever, she's just going to hang out with her friends. But now you're a little bit more in the relationships a year or two. It's like, I'm not really cool with you, going out 4 nights a week still. Like it's kind of shitty, I think, in my opinion. But now we're married and she's still doing it. And it's like, ugh, you're going out every fucking night. It's like, well, yeah, I have been for the past
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
8 years. So
Right.
what's the
Yeah.
big fucking deal?
I got to stop now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's a
Yeah.
problem.
Change and growth is good in any relationship, and I'm like completely appreciating and grateful for this convo with you motherfuckers. It's been a
Gina
great time.
V writes, like when women date bad boys and think he's going to change when he gets married.
Yeah, no, that
Exactly.
does
Yeah, Tony
not
Soprano, all
happen.
day.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Like,
You marry into this into this, and then expect change, and that's just not how things work.
Yeah.
People actually get more stubborn after they get married,
like
unless
some people will change, but if the guy's a scumbag, he's always going to, like, you can't change a scumbag.
No.
It's true.
No.
Like, that's just who they are. It's in their nature. Like, it's scumbaggery isn't something you learn, I feel. I feel it's just that's your nature. It's who you are. You are always that way.
I agree. I think it's something that's like embedded in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's difficult, and everybody's different. So everybody wants and needs
Well,
different
some
things.
people
That's
are
something you should
unmarriable
get out of the
people,
way.
and those people, some people,
That's facts.
and some people don't realize that, and not in a bad way.
And that's okay. Not everyone needs.
Well, that's
to
what I'm
get
saying. I'm not
married
saying
and
it in
have
a- Of
kids.
course.
I'm not saying it in a
Absolutely.
bad way at all. Some people, yes, in a bad way.
I was
They're
never getting
unmarriable.
married before
But
Rocky.
some people
Never.
are just very content on, doing
Doing their
them.
thing, yeah.
And having that freedom. And hey, if I want to go date somebody, I'll go do that. If I don't, I won't.
Right.
If I want to go on a trip with my friend, I can go do that.
Yeah.
I have nothing holding me back. And some people love that life.
Right.
And cheers to them. If that's the way you like to live, that's great. But, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? But some people search so hard for that other part of it and will just take anything.
Right.
And accept anything and just be in a shitty fucking relationship and just be like, well, this is life.
My end goal is just everybody remember, when you have to change yourself to make someone happy, then it's obviously not somebody who accepts and loves you for who you are. And I say, put yourself first.
Know your worth.
Yes,
Know
know your
your
worth,
worth.
and what you will and will not accept needs to be respected. I really had so much fun with this conversation.
I just want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
And another thing, and this is for the ladies.
One more thing and then another thing. Go ahead.
No. It's the same thing. But the way I say, if a guy hits a girl once, he'll do it every fucking time, because if I did it once, I'm willing to go there and do that. And if a guy cheats on you, he'll have no problem doing it again.
Of course.
So if you get cheated on, leave. Do not stay with that guy. Don't listen to him, because if something comes along that entices him, he will cheat on you again. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Once a hitter, always a hitter. And that's just the way men are. Some men are just that way.
I want to just say that I agree 1,000,000%. Those are just two things that you cannot come back from, but not just because they cheated, but because
And not cheated in past relationships.
this
Cheated
is
on
my
you.
yeah,
Right.
this is my body, this is my health, this is my life, and that going outside, you not only showed me that I don't mean anything to you, but you don't care if I catch anything from your mishaps and playtime. So that would never be a
Well,
cheating
let's say
thing.
get the girl pregnant.
I
You know what I mean?
the bringing me back shit scares me more. Get anybody you want pregnant, because I won't beat you anyway.
Yeah.
Okay? But bringing me home something when I'm giving you my body is you have overstepped, and I would never be able to be intimate without going, I wonder if you fucked someone. Or I wonder if they were with someone.
But
It's
that
just-
also goes with knowing your worth too.
But and
Absolutely.
ladies, don't misconstrue what I said. Like I said, he cheated on you. Not
Yeah,
that
you
he
can't go,
cheated.
you cheated back in the day.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no,
what
it's
he
not
did
fair.
back in the day, that's whatever. That
cheated.
wasn't with you.
Who the fuck didn't?
Most people did.
Seriously.
You know?
From 17 to 21, I'm sorry.
If you didn't,
okay?
if you didn't cheat, you didn't have a fun life.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
fuck.
Oh,
We can't,
boring.
people do
Boring.
things. People do things, and I was in the club scene, and
Shit happens.
To
But
be fair, though, women, it's not just the guys that are cheating.
No.
and being
I'm-
aggressive.
I'm-
So
I'm-
let's, let's
Yeah.
I
be
said,
fair,
this is a little advice for the ladies. Every now and then, I like to let them peek into the man's world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so sweet.
But because I care about women now. I have 2 daughters out, and I love my wife to death. And my mother, and I have a lot of women in my life, so I'm very protective
good
of a
boy.
woman.
He's a good
And,
man.
Like my 20-year-old daughter, I'm very blunt with her when it comes to men, relationships. I'm like, this is what he wants.
Yeah.
This is what he's looking for. She'll come to me all the time and talk to me about what's going on with her
that's great.
relationship,
Yeah.
because
We
she
have a great
knows
relationship with our
Dad
kids.
is going to tell me what guys do. Dad is going to tell me
you're
how
not gonna
guys
sugarcoat
not
it.
at all.
Because
and-
what's the point?
Exactly.
I want her to be on guard and know what to expect from certain situations or certain behaviors or whatever the case may
But you
be.
can't just say don't do this because you're gonna get hurt. You say don't do this because his ulterior motives are this. And let me tell you a little bit. And we educate our daughter and all of our children. We're very honest with everything that happens in life, including sex, drugs, death. I'm not that parent to go, don't try that. I'm like, let me show you a little bit about what happens when you try that. Let me show you the aftermath. Or let's talk about I was pregnant at 17. Hello. My kids have to know the truth. So many parents go, shh, go outside. Shh, pick up your phone. You want to go to your friends? Go to your friends. There's no connection, and I won't have that kind of relationship with my children. I won't.
Word.
As-
Word.
We had you here tonight. I hope you come back again. We call a killer guy.
Russo'sBrand.com. Go over to Russo'sBrand.com right now and subscribe. It's only $3.95 a month. You get over 12 brand new episodes every single week from Vince Russo, Shane Douglas, just incredible Stevie Richards, Bit on Mean, Disco Inferno, yours truly, and of course my lovely wife, and many, many other lovely characters over in the Brand family. So go to russosbrand.com right now and subscribe. OPRadio.com. We love the Ope Story. Just had Jim Brewer on. It was a fantastic episode. Always love when Brewer's on. So go to OPRadio.com and subscribe, or wherever you get your podcasts. StatementGames.com. He was just here on Super Ugly. We love Mark from Statement Games.
I didn't get to see him, but
go over there now.
I send my love.
You can win $1,000 in some kind of NFL contest he's got going on. So go over to StatementGames.com right now. They're always giving away other prizes too, but the big contest is some kind of NFL $1,000 giveaway thing.
We love all of you and appreciate everybody who joins in our show. Even though we're a small gathering, I feel like we get to talk about a lot of things that not many people can talk about openly. And we hope you come back next week. Go to JRabbit55 on Twitter, Rocky SUS11.
Gina loves
on
the
Twitter.
hair color, ladies. Well, my lovely wife does all of their hair. So thank you.
It's a show. It's a show. Yeah, but really, though, we love you guys all, and we will see you next Tuesday.